You know what is exhausting? Waking up every day with so many tabs in your mind. Should I take this job or not? Should I start that business or not? What if it fails? Should I text that person or should I just move on? So many confusions, so many what ifs in our mind every single day. हमारे दिमाग में इतने सारे वॉट इफ्स चलते रहते हैं, एक लूप में चलते रहते हैं, हमें ओवर थिंकिंग की लूप में रखते हैं, ये करें या वो करें, ये करें या नहीं करें, कैसा होगा, क्या होगा, वॉट इफ दिस हैपन्स, वॉट इफ दैट हैपन्स, एंड this in itself is very very exhausting. But the truth is, ये जो confusion है ना हमारी life में, this confusion is not because we don't know what to do. The confusion is because we are afraid of making a choice. We are scared to choose. We are scared to decide. समझे? So आज के इस वीडियो में I will share 3 clarity questions with you which will help you come out of this overthinking loop and give you that clarity and that strength to make that decision and take that action. These are the 3 clarity questions which are very powerful, and I have used these questions with hundreds of people and it has helped them come out of this overthinking loop, this loop of daily confusion. ठीक है? So let's start. Before we go to the 3 clarity questions, let's first understand कि ये problem होती क्यों है? Why do we overthink? So first you have to understand that overthinking is not a thinking problem. It is a fear problem that disguises itself as logic. Yes, you would be surprised to know कि overthinking is not a thinking problem. Actually, एक fear है या बहुत सारे fears हैं जिसकी वजह से we get into the overthinking loop. It could be fear of failing, it could be fear of disappointing people, it could be fear of looking stupid, it could be any fear, and that's why what we do is we keep our minds busy so that we don't have to move, so that we don't have to take any action. And that's exactly what a fear does to us. Fear does not allow us to act. Fear does not allow us to choose. Fear does not allow us to decide for ourselves. So ये एक पैराडॉक्स की तरह ही है, you know. Thinking more actually does not give you more clarity, but deciding more gives that clarity to you. Okay, so let's go towards the 3 questions, the clarity questions, and cut through all this noise, all this confusion. First question. सबसे पहले, if you are stuck in making any decision, you need to ask this: what is it that I'm really, really scared of losing if I make this choice? And the answer to that question will actually give you the name of the fear that is actually making you overthink. Because it is important to know what that fear is. Because we cannot fight somebody that we can't see, that we don't know. Right? When you know that fear, it comes face to face with you, that is when you can fight it. And once you know what that fear is, the fear will also shrink. And here's another truth that I want to tell you. Most of the times, it is not the opportunity that we are scared of losing. We are scared of losing the image that we have of ourselves. Now, what do I mean when I say that? Like, for example, if I decide to text that person or share my true feelings with that person, I'm not scared of sharing that feeling with that person. That is not the fear. The fear is that that person might stop liking me. That is the fear. समझ रहे हो मैं क्या बोल रही हूँ? So you have to figure out what that fear is. The fear is not, your fear is not that the particular job that you are not able to decide on might not work for you. Your fear is that you might look like you have failed. That is the fear. ठीक है? समझ रहे हो the difference? How to figure out what the real fear is. The real fear is not the fear of losing that opportunity. The real fear is losing that image that you have of yourself. That is the real fear. So it is important to know what that fear is. So इस question से आपको उस fear के बारे में clarity मिलेगी, and once you know what that fear is, you can work on it and that fear will slowly and gradually shrink. Second question. If this goes well, what does it change inside me and not just outside and around me? कहने का मतलब कि अगर ये मैंने डिसीजन लिया है और इट वर्क्स आउट वेल फॉर मी, व्हाट डज इट चेंज इन मी? हाउ डू आई ग्रो एज अ पर्सन बिकॉज ऑफ दैट डिसीजन? क्या होता है ना कि हम अपनी लाइफ में ज़्यादातर डिसीजंस जो लेते हैं दे आर बेस्ड ऑन एक्सटर्नल आउटकम्स, जैसे कि सैलरी हो गई, फॉलोअर्स हो गए, रिजल्ट्स हो गए, एंड देयर इज नथिंग रॉन्ग इन इट। हम ज़रूरी हैं ये सारी चीज़ें भी, बट इट इज़ ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टेंट टू नो कि कोई भी डिसीजन जो आप ले रहे हैं, हाउ इज़ दैट डिसीजन हेल्पिंग यू grow as a person. Maybe that decision is making you a more disciplined person. Maybe that decision is making you more confident. Maybe that decision is helping you trust yourself more. Maybe that decision is making you a person who does not need any external validation anymore from outside people. It could be anything. So it is important for you to focus on what a decision is growing inside you instead of what it is getting for you फ्रॉम आउटसाइड। बिकॉज जब आप ये करना शुरू करेंगे, आपके जो भी चॉइसेस होंगे दे विल बिकम क्लियरर एंड स्ट्रॉन्गर। क्वेश्चन लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट 10% मूव? कहने का मतलब कि व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट स्मॉल एक्शन दैट आई नीड टू टेक इन द नेक्स्ट 24 आवर्स, इन द नेक्स्ट वन डे, the small step that you need to take, the small action that you need to take. You need to have clarity about that. So ask yourself this question. क्योंकि क्या होता है ना, मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स वी आर ऑब्सेस्ड विद नोइंग द एंटायर प्लान बिफोर वी टेक एक्शन, बट दैट इज नॉट हाउ थिंग्स वर्क. You take one step and then allow the next step to appear on its own. Don't wait for the entire staircase to show itself to you and then you will take that first step. That is not how things work. Take that first honest step and allow the next step to appear on its own. It will. That is how life works. ठीक है? So it is important for you to have clarity about what your next small step would be. So ask yourself, what is the one action I will take in the next 24 hours? It could be as simple as calling that one person that you have been hesitating to call. It could be applying for that one role that you have been postponing. It could be maybe researching for that course that you have been meaning to do for a very long time. It could be anything. Just take that one small action and you will see how that fog, that clarity, that fog starts lifting up and clarity starts coming in. But it will happen only after you take that action. So ये last question जो है असली की इसी में है, action में. ठीक है ना? Let's recap. What am I really afraid of losing? Name that fear. If this goes well, what changes in me? Figure out the growth in yourself. आपकी internal growth में क्या आ रहा है? How are you growing internally? And last, what is the next 10% move? The one step, the one action that you need to take in the next 24 hours. And आप notice करेंगे when you sit with these questions for some time and you will see clarity will come just like this. You will realize कि clarity तो कभी missing थी ही नहीं. It was the noise that our mind was creating because of that what if loop, that overthinking loop. Clarity was always there, but हम उसको बाहर नहीं आने दे रहे थे. क्यों? अब हमें पता है, अपने fear की वजह से. ठीक है? So sit with these 3 questions. Take a notebook after this video and write down the answers to all these 3 questions. Because जब आप लिखते हैं ना, तो आपका ये जो mind होता है ना, it stops spinning. ये उस लूप में जाना बंद कर देता है, ओवर थिंकिंग करना बंद कर देता है. इट विल स्टार्ट फोकसिंग ऑन द आंसर्स टू दोज क्वेश्चंस. सो इट इज़ इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप लिखें इनके आंसर, सिर्फ और ओरली अपने माइंड में ना बोलें, इनको लिखें. देन इट विल हेल्प यू मोर. ठीक है? सो लेट्स जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड कि ओवर थिंकिंग जो है वो हमें क्लैरिटी नहीं देती है. थिंकिंग मोर, थिंकिंग हार्डर विल नेवर गिव यू द क्लैरिटी. डिसाइडिंग मोर, डिसाइडिंग टू मूव, that is something that is going to give you clarity in your life. ठीक है? So whenever you are stuck in a decision, whenever you are confused, sit with these 3 questions and reflect for some time and you will see slowly all that chaos, all that noise will turn into calm. You have to understand one thing, that clarity is not a light that will come to you. ठीक है ना? इट इज कोई लाइट नहीं है कहीं से अपेयर होगी और आ जाएगी. इट्स नॉट अ लाइट दैट इज गोना कम टू यू. इट इज लाइक अ स्विच. जैसे स्विच होता है ना, इट्स लाइक अ स्विच दैट यू नीड टू फ्लिप योर सेल्फ. आपको खुद उसे फ्लिप करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है? सो दैट्स ऑल फॉर टुडे. आई होप इस वीडियो से आपको कुछ क्लैरिटी मिली होगी, कुछ फ़ायदा हुआ होगा. अपने कमेंट्स में ज़रूर शेयर करना कि आपको ये वीडियो कैसा लगा और आप आगे और कौन से टॉपिक्स पे चाहते हैं कि मैं वीडियोस बनाऊं. तो मैं ज़रूर आपके लिए और वीडियोस लेकर आऊँगी आने वाले दिनों में. सो गुड बाय फॉर नाउ.